Hello everybody and welcome back to Masu Pro Wrestling. I'm your host and sole commentator, Masu Pro Wrestling Ton. And tonight we're going to start off with one-on-one singles Icon Division matches. The only non-tournament match here tonight, it will be Bonk, the former Openweight champion and Icon Division champion. Tonight we'll be finding out who will be Zarataro's #1 contender for the Icon Division Championship, and the person who lost the Icon Division Championship to Zarataro was Bonk himself, so he is here. Bonk's coming off of a loss in the tag tournament to Blueness and B.A. Tycho. Tonight we will be continuing the round 1, and we'll be finishing off round 1. It is Azanaza and Ayasu the Shogunate versus Unchained and Gaelic Angel in their run back. The Shogunate had advantage going to the tag team tournament. The Fallen, UnchainedAwesome, and Gaelic Angel picked up that win to remove their advantage, and now whoever wins will continue. Whoever loses will be eliminated from the tournament tonight, and round 1 will be completed. The team that wins that match will be going up against B.A. Tycho and Blueness. And then in the semifinals as well, we'll have Team Technically Supportive FlairZero versus ShmeepsWorld and Emrys Morgana, also known as the team as La Primera. But Bonk, unfortunately, with his tag team partner Dragthulu, they did not make it very far. Bonk's looking to get maybe back into that singles title show, that area, into the title picture, with his small stint in the tag team division sort of not working out for him. I mean, Bonk is an incredibly impressive singles competitor anyways, so I mean, both Dragthulu and Bonk are incredibly impressive singles competitors. Dragthulu, before Zarataro, was the longest reigning, was tied for the longest reigning Icon Division Championship title reign of all time. And the other person, guess who has that? Bonk. Those two are both tied for the second longest reign in MPW history. So to say this guy isn't more than impressive, he also had an incredible Openweight Championship stint, title run, where 28 days, when people can barely get past a week with the championship, 28 days is incredible. But Bonk is going to go up one-on-one with none other than the man himself, the longest reigning Icon Division champion, Mr. No Days Off Zarataro. He's not going to get his day off. When champions like Garreth Unported, Rize get to sit back in the backstage and just watch tonight's show, Zarataro's out here to perform tonight in a non-title match. I would be careful if I'm Zarataro, because if you lose a singles match like this, it could end up showing weakness to your opponent going into your title match. It could end up giving Bonk, claim to the championship. The boss upstairs might say, hey, Bonk won this. He deserves a title shot now. Especially with the #1 contendership tournament coming to an end, that could very well be a possibility. And of course, Zarataro wants to keep up his win streak. He's been nearly undefeated. I honestly have trouble thinking about any times he's lost this season, other than losing the Openweight Championship to Emrys Morgana in a somewhat unfair match, if you were to say, an Openweight Championship match not contested in Falls Count Anywhere. A little shenanigans, a little bit of magic mystery done by Emrys Morgana to throw him off his guard, and ever since then, he's picked up he's picked up wins before then, he's picked up wins after it. Gun to my head, I couldn't tell you another match he's lost this season. A man with a nearly perfect record in the first season, I believe only taking one loss to UnchainedAwesome. He has been nothing but impressive. And we're going to start off tonight's show with a treat for you folks. A premium live event caliber match given to you on the opening match on free TV. A battle of two animals going at it. I mean, Bonk's definitely wanting to show himself that he is capable of being that Icon Division champion again. He's wanted to grab hold of that championship and never let it go, much like every other champion in this business. You want to go down as a fighting champion. You want to be known in history as the guy that never gave up. And that right now has been Zarataro, who's defended the championship twice. I believe it's the most amount of times defended. Triple three amigos suplexes by Zarataro. And Zarataro going off the ropes for a crossbody. Springboard crossbody. I definitely would say the strength advantage goes in Bonk's corner, but everything else when it comes to speed, technique, I think maybe Zarataro might have it. As we go to commercial break, Jesus fucking Christ. These two, during the break, Bonk did a 360 no-scope spinning heel kick off the Titantron. And Zarataro kicked out at one after it. Back elbow from Bonk in the corner. Unfortunately, you can only see such action like that if you buy the app. Zarataro taking Bonk off his feet. Ooh, gonna try and send him over his knee. Was a little bit too short there. Missed again. Bonk 0 for 2 with those hits on that run, but this time still keeping the advantage, taking him over. And going to cover the champion kick out. This, of course, is not for the championship, but a win over the champion is incredible. Would do incredible for your stock. Bonk sends Zarataro over the top rope, trying to knock him off the apron. Zarataro holding on strong and reverses it this time. Goes back through the middle ropes. But Bonk wants to keep him against the ropes. I don't know what Bonk is planning here. Bonk sending Zarataro to the outside. Off the ropes, and Bonk looking to fly Tope Suicida in front of the French Canadian commentators. Have you ever seen a horse fly? Well, you just saw one today. Some say gods had horses that could fly, carry their chariots, and that just might have been what Bonk was. Bonk might be out of this world, the Super Naiyan. Sending Bonk back in. Zarataro looking a little bit worse for wears, but made it back in, and Bonk trying to catch him on the way in, and he does. Once again, can we see another Tope Suicida from Bonk? No, he's going to just keep him up against the ropes, leave him nowhere to go. Kip up. Chop lights it up. This is the most damage I feel like we've seen Zarataro take in a match so far this season. I feel like this is the hardest fought right now that Zarataro has ever had to face. Zarataro's had some hard fought matches, but it always seems like he comes up on top very, very handedly. Fucking beam clash. Beam clash by Bonk, and he's about to pin the champion. Kick out of 2. The boss upstairs might take this into note that, Bonk has given Zarataro a little bit of a run for his money. Drop kick to the back of the head. And Zarataro going up top, but Bonk is like across the ring. Ooh, no-handed splash across the entire ring. And now Zarataro looking to put him away. Kaiju killer! Kaiju killer from Zarataro to Bonk. Kick out at 2. Zarataro nearly putting away the mastodon. That is Bonk. And now Bonk's going to the outside, and Zarataro maybe eyeing him up for his own over-the-top cannonball. Booty pop and moonsault rolls through. Clothesline takes Zarataro down. Both members have been an openweight champion before. They know what it's like to be on the outside. Spinning ripcord forearm, and now Bonk's going up top. Zarataro beat Bonk for the Icon Division Championship. And Zarataro beat Tabby Cat for his first openweight champion, who was the one to dethrone Bonk from his championship reign. And now Zarataro rolling up Bonk. Looking to pick up the win here. Kick out a 2. Near fall. Near fall for Bonk. Oh, chop. Oh, going for a straight right hand. Or left hand. No, yeah, left hand. Tornado DDT. As I'm trying to figure out my rights from my lefts, Zarataro hit with a mean Tornado DDT. Picking up Zarataro, catching him for the German suplex. To put away Zarataro. Bonk just put away the champion. And we'll have to see what the bosses upstairs thinks. Bonk just put away one of the most dominant champions we've seen in history. Could that be something for the bosses upstairs to consider? Could Bonk potentially be finding his way into that championship match? Or one in his near future? We'll have to see as we move on to the MPW Tag Team Tournament. We'll see you guys there. Alright, it is time to continue the MPW Tag Team Tournament. The Tag Team Championship Tournament. And this has all come full circle as the beginning is the end. But only one team's ride will stop here. Azanaza and Ayasu will enter in first. The Shogunate. Azanaza won the Battle Royale to get the advantage going into this tag team tournament, which allowed this team to have +1 life, a safety net, if you will, coming into this tournament. They lost their first round match against the Fallen, the team of Angel, Gaelic Angel, and UnchainedAwesome. And now it's the last life for both of them. Which team is going to come out on top and move on to face BA Tycho and Blueness? On the other side of the bracket, we have Team Technically Support, FlairZero and GlitchyBasturds versus the La Primera team of ShmeepsWorld and Emrys Morgana. The Shogunate is here, and we know Rize is watching this from the back, the leader of the Shogunate. She's got her eyes on that #1 contenders match, but she's also hoping that her team can come on out up on top here and bring home some good news before the start of that #1 contenders match. And one of the longest standing, longest created teams in MPW history, the team of UnchainedAwesome and Gaelic Angel, the team of the Fallen. These two have been together towards the end of the season. First season, they said, hey, this is an alliance that we're forming, and we're together, but we're still our own people. You know, they still spent a lot of time doing singles competition and haven't really worked together as a team. You don't always see them in each other's corners. They're separate people, but when it comes in time where you need backup, these two have each other's backs. And I will say, talking about singles competition, that's a very poignant thing to think about when I say that we talk about chemistry coming into this tag team tournament, and I say that the Fallen is probably the team with the least amount of chemistry coming in to the tournament. And that's not to say that they're bad by any means. I think these two have just more decorated singles competitors than tag team competitors, and they haven't worked that long with each other. Chain, a 2-time Icon Division champion. Angel, a 2-time openweight champion. You know, they've accomplished more as a singles competitor. In a tornado format, the singles competition could be a very good asset to have. However, it's not going to win you matches unless you have that tag team champion or that tag team variety under your belt. As the bell rings Ayasu going to take no time in bringing Unchained to the outside. This is one fall to a finish. Falls count anywhere, anything goes. Which team is going to move on to fight the Coalition in the next round in the semifinals of the tag tournament? Azanaza sweeps the leg of Angel as they battle it out back and forth. As Chain seems to be getting manhandled on the outside by Azanaza. Azanaza showing off her strength in a stalling suplex. The Chain. The tag team element of this match may come into play here. Step up Hurricane Rana as Azanaza jumps into the ring to go 2-on-1 on Angel, isolating one of their opponents, expertly planned out by the Shogunate, and Ayasu's going to take their shift back on the outside. Azanaza, though, they've done their damage onto Angel, and now they're looking for an abdominal stretch on a Chain to try and wear him down. Submission holds could be the key to win this. I mean, that's what the team of MintyClovers and Emerson Morgana locked in the hemlock onto Shmeeps, causing her to tap. And Dawn Deceased were the first team to be, or not the first team, but one of the first teams to be eliminated from the tournament. Angel back up onto his feet. That DDT to the floor. It got to be painful on Ayasu, and Azanaza is going to take this opportunity to finally look for something under the ring. And a kendo stick is what they found, but knocked swiftly out of their hands by Angel. Ayasu sneaking up behind Unchained, but the 2-on-1. The Wolves turning around the Fallen. Ayasu, kendo stick to the skull. And a big forearm, big fist to the back. Inverted DDT by Ayasu, going for a cover. Kick out at one, though, way too early to call it, but it is an expert example of showing you that you could literally be anywhere and pin your opponent, even right next to their tag partner, as long as your partner's got them pinned down. And Unchained trying to fight his way out of this. Like a rock and a hard place. Between a rock and a hard place. Between both of his opponents. Back and forth with Azanaza, though. And Ayasu just flinging flurry of punches. Northern Lights suplex. Azanaza's going to get into the ring and play a little bit of cat and mouse with Gaelic Angel. Ayasu's going to meet both of them in the ring and take that numbers advantage, but Angel holding his own against 2-on-1. I mean, the former openweight champions going at it. Scoop! Azanaza has never held any gold in MPW. Ayasu's held the openweight championship, and they know that the Shogunate's going to want to have this tag team on lock. Angel's going up to the middle ropes. Diving, maybe looking for a spear, but a little bit too short to catch Ayasu. And Ayasu, this disrespectful slap. Angel, inverted neck breaker, connects this time. It is back and forth in the ring, but Azanaza's got it. A brainbuster has got a Chain in the corner. Steel chair. Azanaza all about the weapons here tonight. Steel chair in hand, ready to use it on Chain. Ooh, nearly straight to the head. And in the ring, oh my God, the knees feeling the blues by Ayasu to Angel. Chain's not paying attention. In the ring, Chain's not paying attention. And Ayasu and Azanaza take a very dominant win as opposed to their hard-fought victory in the first round of the first match. The Shogunate, a rather dominant performance, and I think that's exactly what I was talking about at the beginning, is the chemistry. Ayasu kept Unchained back, kept him distracted for Azanaza to hold their own in the ring. It's about having confidence in your opponent or in your partner to be able to handle that other opponent. And I think that's exactly what we saw here tonight. But that's not, you know, they got one match to celebrate with Rize before the Idol Division Championship #1 Contenders match. So we'll go into the Icon Division #1 Contenders Icon Division, let's try that one more time. Icon Division #1 Contendership match next. All right, it's the semi-main event of the evening. And it is the Icon Division. An Icon Division 1-on-1 #1 Contenders match. First fall to a finish. And we have MerlinGTB. Merlin beat TheSleepyPengu to get to this point and is looking to go all the way to rematch Zarataro for the Icon Division Championship match. Merlin's looking to grab that championship back. He hasn't had it in a while, and this is the one thing that he's cared about. This is the one thing he's been looking for since the beginning of MPW. Is the first ever champion, and he's been wanting to hold on to the championship ever since. But unfortunately, it's been snatched away from him at every turn, every corner, and he's looking to get back into that title picture. He got pretty strongly defeated by Zarataro at our last premium live event, but he's looking for his run back. He wants to go one-on-one with Zarataro for the run back. But to do that, he's got to go through someone who has beat him before, a real underdog, a real dark horse, someone who has not had this opportunity and is looking for this opportunity. And this could be his one big chance at the Icon Division Championship. It is Dobby. Dobby beat Potato to get to this point and had a very strong matchup. We've seen him beat Merlin before. Could this guy finally get his one-on-one Icon Division Championship match? This has been the season for first time evers, you know? So will we see Dobby v Zarataro on Saturday? We'll have to find out. You'll have to stay tuned and watch this match. All I can say for certain is this is going to be a good match. The real winner of this match is going to be the viewers, the audience. MerlinGTB versus Dobby. One-on-one, who is going to go out on top? Merlin in the corner, tries to get that clothesline in the corner, elbows up by Dobby. This is two powerhouses going up against each other. Who can outpower the other? Dobby deadlift. Jackknife powerbomb. Merlin spent all last match just showboating the whole time, and I don't think he's going to be able to get away with it against someone like Dobby. Merlin got into the head of Sleepy and picked up that win, but Dobby's not the kind of person to let those things get to him. Now working over the arms. Into the corner, puts him up top. What could Dobby be thinking? Sending him to the floor from the top rope. And now Dobby looking to fly all the way. Splash from the top. Like I said, an unorthodox fighting style of Dobby. Takes him down and just hammer fists him against the floor like a gorilla let loose from the zoo. Unbelievable. Merlin wants to get back into the ring, doesn't want to get a count-out loss for himself. Maybe looking for a count-out victory. I know Merlin likes to take the easy way out on these matches sometimes. Into the corner, though, but Dobby just systematically taking it to Merlin. Goes for the cover. 2 count. I didn't think that was going to put him away, but I thought to myself that's definitely going to be at least a 2 count. With the amount of damage, now he's pulling at the nose and eyes of Merlin. Trying to cut off his vision. Make it harder for him to focus and see what's going on. And a stalling suplex reversal by Merlin and clubbing blow to the back of the head. Just scooping the back of the head and dropping him over the knee. Bouncing the knee off, and now Merlin taking his time to get some offense in. Merlin, if he could go up against Zarataro, spinning back kick into the Shining Wizard! Shining Wizard connects in the center of the ring, and now he's going up top. His legs aren't done yet. I was saying if he can go up against Zarataro and he picks up that win, Merlin will be the first ever 3-time MPW champion. Magic Missile drop kick to dash the dreams of Dobby. 2. Kick out of 2. Dobby barely getting that shoulder up, and Merlin showing that frustration early on. Dobby back up with that right hook. Bumps him. Dobby gonna send Merlin. Nope. Pulls him back in. Clothesline in the corner. That's what he was looking for at the beginning of the match, but Merlin is the first time ever Iconovision champion, wanting to become the first ever three-time champion. Merlin was beat to the races on the 2-time championship. That went to UnchainedAwesome. UnchainedAwesome would win it, lose it to Dragthulu, and then win it back a couple months later. Dobby eyeing up Merlin, driving him off the apron in front of the French-Canadian commentators table. And Dobby loves being on the outside. Northern Light suplex. Dobby likes fighting out in the streets. He takes his talents of street fighting and brings it to the ring, but on the outside is where he feels home. Now Dobby looking for a suplex or a brain buster on the outside. Merlin once again rolling through, but this time reversing Merlin again and sending him back into the ring. It's been all Dobby, really. I mean, Dobby's been in control this entire match, and I think he wants to end it in control. Final ignition to Merlin. Hooks the leg. Doesn't get the shoulders down, but hooks the leg to try and keep him from kicking out. No, not the strongest pin, but enough to get him into a position where he might lose the match. Dobby nearly taking his first #1 contendership. And gets on top of him full or half mount. A near fall for Merlin. He's got to watch out. A couple more of those and it could be the end of him, but he's looking for a fall-away slam into the corner. And just stomping into Dobby. Off the ropes. And a splash. I was thinking maybe Merlin was going back up, but he thinks against it. Oh, that hesitation could cost him. As Dobby gets back up, and now he's going to meet him in the ring. Dobby sending Merlin into the corner turnbuckle, and now back on top of him. This time in full mount. Just targeting the head of Merlin. Trying to make sure his vision's wobbly and his head hurts. Make it hard to think when your head hurts. Kick. Oh, I was going to say kick it at 1, but no, rope break at 1, excuse me. Dobby holding on. Dobby does look like he's feeling a little bit of wear and tear in this matchup. Going for a Seeing Stars, but Dobby has it countered. And Dobby, final ignition once again, but this time closer to the ropes. Final ignition. Doesn't hook the legs, knows that he's too close to the ropes. Pulls him over this time. 2. Oh, kick it at 2. near fall to 2.9. I held my breath there. Dobby nearly winning the #1 contendership off the ropes now! Off the top rope, crashing to the concrete below. This might be the turning point Merlin needs to become a once again #1 contender. Into the barricades. And tossing him by his ears. Discus punch. Bouncing his head off the edge of those steel steps. Setting him back in the barricade 5 count. This could be potentially the position Merlin wants to be in. Just bouncing Dobby off the barricades. Trying to keep him down on the outside. Ooh, Dobby gets back up into life though. Stops himself from getting into those stairs. And now getting back into the ring. And Merlin grabbing a hold of Dobby. Gun stun! Gun stun from Dobby. Merlin, I thought maybe had it, but that last attack onto the stairs didn't work out for him. Dobby caught his footing and final ignition. 3rd time's the charm. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3, and Dobby is going to be challenging for his first ever Icon Division Championship. Can Dobby beat the near unbeatable Zarataro? We'll have to see on Saturday if Dobby has what it takes to win his first ever Icon Division Championship against the longest reigning Icon Division champion of all time. And we will move on to our next match, the final match of the night, Idol Division #1 contendership match. Let's get it. It is time for the main event of the evening. Idol Division #1 contendership match to determine who will be Rize, the self-proclaimed Panda Archon herself, the leader of the Shogunate, the head of Olympus, who will be the #1 contender for her Idol Division championship. It has been whittled down from 4 to 2. And to start us off is the new and arguably improved, the new and darker Usaino versus TeaTheShiba, also known as the Overdog. For T, this means everything to her. T had gotten the championship, the Idol Division championship, from the first, during the first, or right at the end, excuse me, of the first season. Usaino has yet to hold the championship, though. For Usaino, this means a shot at redemption. The closest Usaino has ever gotten to winning the championship was during an elimination chamber at This Is Not a Christmas Show in Season 1. They were the sole survivor alongside GlitchyBasturds, and GlitchyBasturds would pick up their second Idol Division championship in that match. And now this new look for Usaino, I mean, coming off of a big win against Rocky, coming off a big win against Tyranno, can they take down T? T is somewhat of a different breed. Can Usaino pick up the win here, or will T get their run back, their rematch with Rize? Merlin failed to get his rematch with Zarataro. Will T fail to get her run back, or will Usaino get their first ever one-on-one title match? Usaino's first ever title match this season. And Usaino and Rize, they have history as well. Back in the day, they were at odds with each other during the first ever War Games match. They were on opposite teams. Usaino was left in a tag team match, one of the first ever Idol Division tag team matches, to fend off T and Shmeeps by themselves as Rize abandoned them. I imagine the feelings they have towards Rize aren't forgotten. And I would be worried if I was Rize for either of these two to get their hands on her. But of course, this is a different Usaino, and that's a different Rize, as Rize has the Shogunate in her corner. TeaTheShiba. Speaking of new, this is a new and improved TeaTheShiba, the former Idol Division champion, wanting to pick up their win against Rize, run it back. TeaTheShiba was able to pick up a win against Rocky to get to this point. And TeaTheShiba threw Rize off the top of a solid steel cage. If that doesn't strike fear in the hearts, of Rize, I don't know what does. Can TeaTheShiba pull it out? TeaTheShiba versus Usaino. Dog versus bun. And the match begins. Usaino, this is your main event for the evening. Your last match before Saturday. Booping the schnoot straight to the mouth. TeaTheShiba versus Usaino. And I mean, Usaino's been having some upset victories. I mean, they won against Rocky, who is one of the most dominant Idol Division contenders. T off the ropes, maybe looking for a flying knee, but Usaino's just a little bit too short. Jumped right over him. Usaino picked up kind of an upset victory against Rocky. Can they get an upset victory over T? Especially with this new look. T once again booping the schnoot of Usaino. I mean, Usaino may be creepy and spooky looking, but float over Dragon Suplex might be a little bit spooky. But, you know, there's still MPW's own Bunny Bean. T crashes and burns to the floor, giving Usaino an opportunity to capitalize. Usaino's going to send T into the ring. 2 count. Drop kick taking out T's legs. The powerful legs of T just completely taking off her stability. But T gets back up quite easily, knocking Usaino down with an enziguri. These two were also at opposite ends. Another float over Dragon Suplex. Kick out of 1. We're also at odds going into the War Games match, but that was when T was a little bit twisted, a little bit darker, much like how Usaino is right now. And I think T understands a little bit what Usaino is going through, that sort of darker phase in your life, you know, when you think that all is lost and you want to put on a brave face so the world knows they can't hurt you anymore. But I don't know if that's the same with Usaino. Usaino might just be fed up with where they are in this industry. Booty popping moonsault, and they're here to show it. We'll have to see if this new look, I shouldn't say improved, because the old model, nothing was wrong with it. If this new model is just as good as the old one. T with the right hands. Usaino blocking out and gonna step back into the ring, but gets caught once again by T. And now T gets a little bit of a combination off, sending Usaino off the ropes. Float over again for that Dragon Suplex. Hooks the leg. 2, kick it at 2. T just dumping Usaino on their head. T's going up top. There's a lot of different things T can get. Twisted T! Like I said, Twisted T. There's a lot of different stuff that T can hit up from up there. Kick at a 2. Usaino gets out of it one more time, but it's becoming increasingly obvious that Usaino is in a dangerous position. TeaTheShiba in the center of the ring. Pedigree! T feeling a little bit tired. Gets up to the knee, though. Could that second just be enough to give Usaino enough to kick out? Or will T be challenging Rize for the championship? A kick out at 2. Usaino looks fierce, looks on guard. The elbow up. And a facebuster from Usaino. Usaino is gassed, but a facebuster connects to take down T. Usaino needs to take this opportunity, but T and Usaino get up on at the same time up on their feet. Drop kick. I would say definitely T has a little bit of more offense coming into this match. Or during this match so far. Once again, going over the top rope, but failing to connect with that cannonball over the top once again. Usaino getting back into the ring. And going up top, what could Usaino be planning here? Could it be a double axe handle? Yes, and it will connect. Double axe handle from the top to the floor, dropping the knee onto T. Dropping it again. And now grabbing T in an armbar. Elevated armbar. Ref giving them time to fight, but you can't win by submission or pinfall on the outside of the ring, only on the inside. Usaino just maybe looking to try and wear down her, or their opponent, excuse me. T catches Usaino as they get into the ring. Fireman's carry. Inverted into or reversed into an inverted DDT. And Usaino looking for a cover, maybe thinking that that's enough. Kick it out one, though. Usaino hasn't really gotten any big moves off yet. Maybe waiting for that opportunity to come for them, and then maybe, just maybe, that will be the perfect opportunity. As T once again goes to the outside, Usaino waiting for them to get back up for that axe handle again. Double axe handle from the top rope. A new favorite move from Usaino. Working over the knees and the legs. Kip up. T got back up only to be grabbed once again. Busted open by Usaino. T's back up, but the blood is flowing. Throwing Usaino back into the ring. TeaTheShiba back up. Jumps over the top rope. Usaino clothesline. Clothesline again. Sling blade. Could this be Usaino's moment? No, T. Reversal again. Getting Usaino onto the ropes. Up and over, though, Usaino sends them. This is for a shot at the Idol Division champion. We could see two first-time #1 contenders, two first-time potential champions. Ooh, headbutt from T. I would not headbutt someone who has a mouth on their face, but I mean, I guess everybody has a mouth on their face. But you know what I mean? A big mouth on their face. Running knee strike to the mouth. Booty popping moonsault. TeaTheShiba down the rabbit hole. She goes. TeaTheShiba sent down the rabbit hole by Usaino out of nowhere. Referee making sure the shoulders are down. Usaino could be the #1 contender. No, kick out of 2. Usaino getting into the corner, but seeing that T's already barely on their feet. Want to make sure they stay down. Going to that corner for that bunny hop Pele kick. Potentially T fighting in the corner basement drop kick. T saves herself, getting out of the way, and another moonsault. Usaino back on their feet. Chops and punches. Scoop slam. TeaTheShiba wants this championship again. Usaino wants the championship for the first time. Who will it be? Brainbuster! Usaino going up top to end it. Body stomp! Drives into T. 1, 2, 3, and Usaino is your #1 contender. On Saturday, we could see two first time ever champions. Usaino versus Rize. 1-on-1. If I'm Rize, I'm preparing already, making a plan, or I'm screwed, as Usaino, I would say, got another incredible upset victory against TeaTheShiba. Can they do it on Saturday and gain their first ever Idol Division Championship? This new look doing wonders for them. Will it be the same on Saturday? We'll have to see you guys then. I am Masu Pro Wrestlington, and this was Masu Pro Wrestling. We'll see you guys next time.